Hello, welcome back everyone. AnthWolf here with more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as a bounty hunter Valicar. It has been a good month since I've actually recorded any content for this character. Obviously by the time I come to record this, there will only be such a massive delay between obviously the Valicar's main series, which ended at the end of his Chapter 3 class storyline, and of course this video now going into the expansions. But for me, between this video and obviously the previous one, I sat back, I created a character who was working on behalf of the Galactic Republic, my smuggler known as Malcolm. And by the time this video is released, I should have started releasing that series, so you understand maybe another perspective of the events that transpired during this MMO, basically. I've been thinking for a while now which character would take to go into the expansions. I actually created a video just recently basically asking for viewers' opinions, if they are informed or even if they aren't informed about what's going to happen in the future. But basically what they thought, what they think of the characters, which I think is a bit unfair because at that point in time I hadn't released any information about the smuggler. You hadn't saw his storyline, how the character reacts, whereas you've seen Valicar up to the end of Chapter 1 actually. At this point I'd actually just released the end of Chapter 1 before obviously recording this morning. This afternoon now actually. But in response to that video I had a couple of responses, and yeah, I've decided that I'm probably going to continue with Valicar here. I'm not too sure if being a Force user matters, which is obviously one of the major points I had in that video, because going into the newest expansion, which is being released next month in October 2015, there's going to be an episodic expansion, and obviously if you're a Force user, is there going to be major plot points that a non-Force user like my power tech, my bounty hunter here, or my smuggler would not be involved in, and they would have more of a bit part, which I didn't really want. But I suppose I got a couple of responses, and it seems that there's meant to be story elements for all the playable classes, so it's not a major contributing factor. I may decide to make a Force user in the future, who we can see if there's any differing story points, but for right now I thought I'd start the actual expansions for Valicar here, and we'll see what it brings. Basically, I'm totally in the dark now. We have a mission that we gained when we completed Chapter 3, asking us to go to the world of Ilum. On the icy remote world of Ilum, the war with the Republic rages on, and your assistance is required to achieve victory. So, brief recap, mostly for myself. You probably know what's happened for Valicar a bit better than I do, with the less distance and time between the videos. Basically, we had become the Galactic Republic's most wanted man, a Jedi Master who I have unfortunately forgotten his name of, which is terrible of me, I know. He basically set us up with a lot of false charges, as well as a few things we did actually do, but really horrible things like murdering civilians and stuff like that, which I don't agree with, not at all. And we finally confronted him and the Supreme Chancellor at the time of the Republic, Januarus, who cleared us of charges, and in return we didn't actually kill the Supreme Chancellor, we killed Darth Tormen, the puppet master behind the the Sith Empire's assault on Corellia. Or one of the puppet masters behind the assault on Corellia, at least. And we ended up killing him, which, to be fair, we didn't like Tormen anyway. But yeah, and obviously this is when you load up your character. In fact, I may as well show you this. I'll just log out of the character here, I don't mind. And then you kind of know where I'm at. The war's still raging. Let's just click back in now. Here's the interlude. Obviously the war between the Sith Empire and the Galactic Republic is raging on, with both sides fully committed. The stakes of victory are absolute and the cost of securing is steadily rising. And obviously for us, we're the most famous now hired gun in the galaxy. And obviously we're looking for opportunities to make an extra bit of profit in this war. And our first destination, of course, is Ilum. There is more destinations, which I think we can look at when we get on board our ship. I'm trying to think of what our ship's called now. The D5 Mantis, that's right. But anyway, let's speak to this droid here. See what's going on. Grand Moff Regus, say. Okay, I'll listen. He's the commander of Special Forces.
Hunter, Moff Regus. I'm calling to recruit you for a special project. It's called Operation Dark Ice. It'll be the most dangerous thing you've ever done, but it could very well win the war. You're the best hunter in the galaxy. Can we count on your services?
I don't make a practice of taking jobs blind.
You'll be well paid, and you'll receive a temporary battlefield commission. It'll be your operation if you accept. I'm sending the coordinates for the planet Ilum. Used to be a frozen wasteland only a few Jedi bothered with. But a few weeks ago, Imperial scientists discovered a way to turn Adegan lightsaber crystals into the most significant breakthrough in military technology since the hyperdrive.
Let me guess. These Adegan lightsaber crystals can only be found on Ilum.
Ilum has the biggest supply, and our scientists have had more success with Ilum's crystals than any other kind. The Empire won on Corellia, but it was costly. We're outnumbered. We need the technological edge. We need Ilum's crystals. But as usual, the Republic's intent on interfering.
How's the Republic interfering? Do you have a plan for stopping them?
I have a few ideas, but I want your input. Ilum's a nasty place. Cold as Hoth, covered in ice and mountainous terrain. Makes moving large armies impossible. I hope to see you soon.
Okay. Operation Dark Ice critical importance. Okay. So our galaxy map has been updated. Where is our map again? Bounty Hunter Hangar. Over here. Cool. There is obviously a lot of more NPCs we can talk to. A lot of them are operations couriers. But I don't know if we're going to be doing any operations in this playthrough, to be perfectly honest. I mentioned in a couple of comments. I don't really want to sit down and wait all the time for the operations to pop, and I don't really feel comfortable trying to tank them because I'm unfamiliar with them. Story mode. Of course, I could look up videos on YouTube and become familiar through other people's experiences. It's always a potential possibility. Something I'll probably consider level 60 when we've max leveled, and of course when the new expansion, not campaign, when a new expansion comes out, I think level 65 is the max. We'll look at doing some more operations then, maybe, because everyone will be in the same boat for those operations, those new flashpoints. I'm looking forward to seeing what this Knights of the Fallen Empire brings to the table, basically, and how it changes the game. They have been slowly releasing the changes to the players, the characters themselves, how their abilities are going to change up. I think we're going to be losing a couple of skills, but we're also going to be gaining a couple. They're switching the discipline trees around slightly, because obviously the discipline tree is going to extend to 65, I think it is. Anyhow, this is the mission console I was talking about earlier. Obviously, McKeb is the start of the Rise of the Hood Cartel expansion, I believe. And of course, I think the Shadow Revenant's obviously the latest expansion that came out in December 2014. And I think we need... well, we might as well finish McKeb And then I think we need to go to Rishi. I don't think we need to do Oricon at all. Even though it recommends we do Rise of the Hoth Cartel before we go there. But I think it's Makeb, Rishi, and then Yavin 4. I think that's the order after Ilum. I always thought it was Ilium. Where is Ilium? Is that a planet from the Mass Effect series? I think it actually might be. I think it's in the Asari world. Huh. Oh well. That's why I'm saying that. Ilum, yeah, that makes sense. Let's have a look. Unknown regions. Excellent. We've never been there before. We have some space battles. We've never actually done any space battles in this game. I should probably show that off at some point. We don't have any upgrades for our ship, but obviously with my level, that should be fine. But anyhow, we have Ilum here. And what the hell is this place? Let's have a look. Some sort of circa. It's a circa storage world of some kind. There might be a purpose behind that. Maybe we'll find out later on. But here we go. Ilum itself. The mountainous ice planet Ilum is home to one of the Jedi Order's most distant outposts. Nestled between snow-covered crags is an enclave used by the Jedi for generations. A shelter from the cold and a launching point for journeys into Ilum's exotic crystal caves. These caves produce some of the most rare and powerful lightsaber crystals in the galaxy. Ilum hosts no indigenous population, although a number of larger animals survive in this environment. Its temperatures fail to reach the extremes of Hoth, but it's never been a target for colonization or occupation. Okay. So cold, but not as cold as Hoth as we were on before. Quick disclaimer again. Since it's been about a month since I played with Valicar here, his skills I'm probably not going to be 100% familiar with. At the same time, this mission is level 50, so we're well geared to actually complete it, I believe. And obviously I do have a wide selection of level 56 and level 58 mods to play with. Torian, you want to speak to us? We'll speak when we get back. But yeah, I have relevant mods to boost my character even further. So yeah, let's get ourselves away. Let's make sure I have some stims, level 56 stims in the future. And I have a lot of experience boosters. Cool. Yeah, let's get ourselves down to the planet. See what it has in store. That's nice. And like an asteroid belt of some kind. Don't mind me drinking a cup of coffee here in the background, just relaxing. Fairly busy, 33 people on Ilum right now. I wonder how big the world is. Obviously we're on an orbital station right now, but once we actually get down to the planet, we'll have a quick look at the actual world map, so we can kind of guesstimate how large this expansion world actually is. I'm curious how much content they put into the expansions. We have a Flashpoint Courier here. Probably still here to tell us about Directive 7, the last normal Flashpoint available, I think. Maybe not the last normal Flashpoint available, but of the first 50. And then of course you've got the False Embryo, Kion Under Siege, and the Lost Island, which we can't do the normal modes of anymore. Unfortunately. They're all now switched to hard mode flashpoints, which we could possibly look at level 60 or level 65 when we get to basically whatever end game we're at. We'll see. I'm happy enough to just do the storyline content for the moment. Miko's fully decked out with her healing abilities. Good. Let's Let's get ourselves down to the planet's surface, which I'm guessing is this in the background here. It kind of looks like Tatooine, but probably just the excuse me, probably just the glare from the shield. Welcome to Imperial Base Camp. Okay, let's have a look at the map. Okay, so it's fairly expansive. And we've got the Eastern Ice Shelf, which probably makes up this kind of area. Maybe. Or maybe it's... let's have a look. It might be all this, actually. And it might be a Western Ice Shelf. Guess we'll find out. Let's have a look what vendors are in here. Just an Imperial medical droid. Hello, droid. How can I help you?
Bring me up to speed. You're suggesting poisoning their climate controls with your coolant to force them out of their camps.
Interesting. Sabotage the climate controls nearby. And defeat the Jedi who we flush out, I guess. And we have a operative. Mandalorian? Or just Imperial Intelligence? I can't tell with the helmet. The armor screams Mandalorian, but... could be Sith Intelligence. Let's have a look. Have a word.
You are with the military? What are you supposed to be? That doesn't exactly sound good. This better be worth it.
So her race is a Garen. I never heard of them before. This is a... oh no, that was a heroic mission that we got from the droid. She wants us to gain some Tal's comm logs to find out about an operation called SWTOR, which is over here. Okay. The Tals we encountered on Hoth, actually. They are... I hate to say furry, but they are a rather third race, and they were training the Republic in guerrilla warfare on Hoth itself. Major Dermian here.
Irrecoverable? Lieutenant, unless that shipment was blasted into particulate matter, it had better be delivered to this outpost by 2200 Galactic Standard. Is that clear? I have to go. Get it done! What bounty hunter? I've got a batch of fires to put out.
That's no way to make friends.
You're right. It's not your fault. This was a major setback. A large shipment of raw crystal was intercepted en route to the outpost. We'll lose it to the Republic, unless it's secured.
Time to go to work.
It'll be dangerous. I've diverted what forces I could, but the Republic is moving on the shipment's position fast.
Okay, so we can look into getting your crystal shipment. Also nearby. Plenty of quests to pick up. Actually, let's see the vendors again. Stim vendor, mod vendor. Specialty goods might be worth looking into. Companion customization vendor. Okay. Let's look at the specialty goods and how else we can make Mako look.
Your money's always good here.
Nothing
Come
really of
again?
interest. Customization vendor. Where were you? Ah, there you are.
What can I get for you?
We have Blizz in our party, don't we? So that's his default look. What's the difference between that one? Oh, the band. Okay, that's about it. We don't have Loken, Temple, Galt. Okay. Oh yes, we've seen the horn and lacquer horn before. Jason Wilson. Kem, Pias. Pias is a... Oh no, that's a Sith warrior. Mako! I think we've seen all of Mako's 1 to 6 before. Not really too much
Come back
extra.
anytime.
It's kind of a shame. I like the default look of Mako anyway. Lord Tetsu.
Never forget why we do this. Never forget that the Jedi burned Korriban 1,000 years ago. Now we fulfill our sacred promise of vengeance. We demolished the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, and we have conquered their temple on Ilum.
Care to elaborate on that?
We seized the Jedi's headquarters almost as soon as we arrived. It is ancient, a blight on this world. The Republic wishes to retake what was theirs, and our garrison inside their temple may not be enough to defend it. We must crush the Republic counterattack and seize their leaders' battle plans. Whatever they seek to save from the temple, we will destroy.
Why don't you handle this?
For 10 generations, my bloodline has devoted itself to one study, the purge of all things Jedi. Your success here is more likely than mine, and in this matter, success is more valuable than my pride and my bloodlust.
Okay, I was waiting for his reasoning there. For 10 generations he's trained to kill Jedi, but you would be better for it. So that means I'm better than your training after 10 generations. That's quite a big responsibility you're putting onto my shoulders, and I appreciate it. Here's the Grand Moff who contacted us on via Kent's space dock.
I see 3 flaws, Major. You've split your forces, you're vulnerable in the air, and you take our enemy for idiots. You think that Jedi isn't expecting this? Out!
Yes, sir.
Hunter, I hope we have a deal. I have your battlefield commission ready.
You really should train your Major a bit more. You said out, therefore you didn't want a response. If you'd said over, then he really should have responded. Now that's when he would be expecting a response. But maybe I'm mistaken in communication practices within the Sith Empire. Right, anyhows. Let's have a look.
It's an honor. What's the situation?
Adegan crystals. Imperial scientists can now transform these glitzy bits of rock into the most powerful stealth technology in the galaxy. We want every ship in the Imperial Armada fitted with this tech. An unstoppable stealth armada.
I take it you've run into trouble, or you wouldn't have called me.
To succeed, we need 2 things. To control Ilum's crystal supply, and to bring our fleet safely to Ilum for modification. Ilum's no place for a war. Narrow passages, sharp jutting rocks, and the coldest wind you ever felt. But that Republic Admiral wants a war. He sent Jedi Master Jarek Kaidan to lead the Republic's elite alien armies on the ground. Kaidan's pinned us in.
If they want war, we'll give it to them. How do you plan to counter Master Kaidan?
I plan to kill him. The Jedi think of Ilum as their planet. Only 2 of them were here when we arrived, but they have ruins scattered around the place. The ruins housing Master Kaidan's base are too small for anything but a strike team, and they're surrounded by cliffs full of Duras shock troopers.
You don't expect me to go on a suicide mission without a strategy.
Our only chance is to lure the Duros shock troopers into the open, where they're vulnerable. I've established fake supply depots between here and the ruins. Master Caden is over-aggressive. He's already mobilized the shock troopers to capture the depots, clean out the Duros at the supply depots, and then assault the ruins base.
Good idea, actually. I like that plan. We have a Darth here. Very nice. Okay, we have plenty of missions. We'll get outside and have a look at the...
Did you see that thing the snipers picked off this morning?
Hello.
Republic Scout, I think.
Can't be worse than those jowly mouth-flap fighter pilots. Sullistons or something.
That's worse. Eyes for ears, mouth in its forehead. Some kind of tentacle beard.
Patrol was rushed by a herd of Wookiees the other day. Don't they need trees?
They belong in them anyway. Where does the Republic find these things?
Good question. We'll get outside, we'll have a look at where we should go for various quests. Get ourselves a way to actually completing a few of them. Right. So a power tech there. Very nice. Right, let's look at the map, shall we? Just need the battle plans are just around the corner. We have the various supply depot ambushes. The comm logs for Shatterstorm. They are the northern Duros supply depot ambushers. Obviously the crystal shipments and of course the heroic just at the north here. Don't know which order we should do this in. I think we'll travel north first. Deal with the northern Duros squad. Get there, defend the crystal shipments, and then of course we can go on to do the heroic mission. I think we should be able to handle it. I don't think we're going to have much trouble with our current level and armors. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this series of the expansions, playing as our bounty hunter here on behalf of the Sith Empire. This of course has been AnthWolf for Star Wars The Old Republic. Feel free to comment if you so desire. And I will see you for more of the series in the future. Until then, bye bye now.